Okay, it's Christmas Eve 2019 and I've got an unboxing to do. So again, I'm using the handheld camera, so I'll have to pause while I crack into this cardboard delight, and once it's opened, we'll see what's inside. Okay, so the knifing has been done, and what have we got here? Here we go. From GMT Games, as per usual, we have Nevsky with some errata. You always got to laugh at that. Okay, so this is a game regarding the Teutons and Rus in collision. So it's a Russian war game from 1240 to 1242. I don't know a great deal about it, but let's crack into the box and have a look at the contents and then hopefully find out a little more. There's been some conflicting response to this artwork on the cover. Yes, it's quite unusual. I have to have a closer look at that. Yeah, rather unusual artwork for a GMT game. And the usual GMT back, rated at 7 for solitaire, excellent, and complexity at 5, 1 to 2 players. Okay, let's pause and crack into the box itself. Yes, so certainly that artwork is a bit different than what we normally see. Bit of some warrior's face in the sky, some sailing ship on the coast where there's a fort, and quite a bit of reflection down there. So this is by Volko Ruhnke, one of my favourite designers, and well known for No Retreat. Okay, this is going to take 2 hands. I'll be with you in 1 second. And this is part of the Levy and Campaign series, so that's a new series, being volume 1 would suggest so. Here we go. So we've got rules of play. Usual GMT layout and quality. Background book, which will be interesting reading. That's actually quite thick, coming in at around 47 pages. So that's going to give hopefully quite a bit of background to the war, which will be interesting. Into the game itself, obviously some stickers to go on some box. Player aids, and nicely done, and I think that errata must relate to one of these player aids, I'm guessing. Yes, but nice player aids. I like the yellow colour of the player aids and the layout and the actual overall colouring and preparation. So we have 1, 2 of those. We have the Teutons. I'm not sure what this one is telling us. And Nevsky on the back for the Teutons, so it's a reference sheet for the Teuton side. And then we have a reference sheet for the Russian lords. And then we have a reference sheet, the Arts of War, which I'm not overly familiar with. So this is quite a new game for me. I haven't really delved into it too much. It just looked very interesting with a very good design. And this is obviously a fold-out card that hides your pieces, I imagine. Nice artwork on these cards, really well done. Boy, there's some work gone into this. And even across here, that's fantastic. Very nice. And on your other card you have a different set of artwork. Come on. Yeah, that's really well done. Nicely done. Straighten up this. I'm going to have to get my tripod sorted out again at some stage. This is hopeless trying to do it with one hand. Okay, here we go. And the counter sheet. Good quality Teuton GMT counters. Looks really interesting. Quite a few counters as well. Good stuff. The map, we'll come to that in a moment. Quite a ton of wooden pieces. That's obviously where we put our stickers on, a lot of those. Dice. Prince of Novgorod. So I think these are the cards that represent the different lords in the game. I stand to be corrected. Good quality cardstock too, nice and thick. And I think this is as these different characters come into play, you use these cards to obviously hold their forces and so forth. Nice stuff. Presumably the other side, quite a few of them there. And you've got the cards. And I'm not sure at this point how they all play out, but I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go. Always been a fan of new systems and interesting just takes on how games are put together these days. I'll just pause and open up that map. Okay, here we go. And wow, this is a very small map. Pretty much half the size of your usual GMT map. Mounted board as usual, so that's quite a surprise. Nice and compact though. So obviously here are your two different geographical factions, I'm guessing, and with the various different cities or townships and so forth. So yeah, quite a small compact map. At first glance I thought, heck, is half missing, but no, it looks like that's the whole lot. And up the top there we have a obviously your time track with summer, early winter, late winter and so forth. So yes, that's Nevsky. So I don't know too much about the game. One of the key features of this system, I believe, is about recruiting lords to your cause and then working to retain them in the field, obviously with resources and supplies, but also extending the time that they serve you, because apparently these feudal days the lords and their men or supporters or military only came for a certain period of time, and then they left after that period elapsed. So I think a whole part of this game is managing that side of the conflict, in terms of keeping your forces in the field and supplying them and bribing them, or doing whatever you have to do that. So looks like a fascinating system. Can't wait to play it. Okay guys, so that's Nevsky from GMT by Volko Runko. Hopefully I've pronounced your name right again, Volko. Apologies if I haven't. Teutons and Rus in collision I should say, certainly not collusion. And yeah, so we'll hopefully have some videos for that, of this game in action for you over the Christmas period. It's actually summer here on this side of the world, but I know for most of you viewers, you are in the midst of your winter. How weird is that for us? Okay guys, thanks for watching. Have a great Christmas and a safe new year, and hopefully I'll be back with you maybe this year or early next year. And yeah, thanks. It's a good time, I think, to reflect, and thank you all that have been viewing my channel for some years now. You've stuck with me through slow times, and this channel certainly slowed down in the last year or so, just through my personal circumstances. I just haven't been able to play games very often, and but you've still hung in there and kept your subs going, so I appreciate that. And hopefully you're still getting some level of enjoyment from my very brief videos. Anyway, thanks again, and Merry Christmas.